This is Rob Bitus with stop number 3 of the Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers, presented by Custom Dynamics from the Milwaukee Mile. And the championship points race is starting to heat up. All 6 classes are ready to do battle, and we're going to bring you the action here from Milwaukee. Milwaukee skyline in the background. Bagger Racing League, stop number 3, the Milwaukee Mile. It's the Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers, presented by Custom Dynamics. I'm Rob Bitus, your host. Round 2 was a barn burner. Round 3 is going to be even more intense. 6 exciting classes with the Bagger Racing League. Great sponsors. And the Metzler Pro Stock Baggers hit the grid. You see him pulling up late. You know the anxiety. You know the anticipation. Metzler Pro Stock. Arnie Wells has been the cream of the field, but Rusty Gerard, Tony Tucker, Clay Youngblood, they're going to have a little something to say about it. And keep your eye on the Bassani of Chris Rivas. Craig Braymiller can never be counted out. Doug Ramey, the VIP, if you will. And Gunnar Collette is on the Trask Turbo. Hold shot goes to Arnie Wells on the Grand Teton Road Glide. You can see that turbo machine of Rusty Gerard gets a great start as they head in La Paire at turn number 1. Tipping them in. Going to be the first machine out, the 69 of Arnie Wells. Tony Tucker comes under attack from Clay Youngblood, but it's the 69 of Arnie Wells on the Grand Teton Road Glide. Smooth and precise. Rusty Gerard putting in a great effort. Tony Tucker trying to fight his way up. Down that front straightaway, though, it's going to be all Arnie Wells as he starts to move away from the pack. Rusty Gerard and Clay Youngblood put on quite a back-and-forth battle. Rusty Gerard goes by the handle of Black Charlotte. Makes his way, tipping it to the right and the left, but Clay Youngblood looking for an opening. And Arnie Wells is right in tuck, and here comes Tucker. Speaking of Tucker, Tony Tucker at the 69. Arnie Wells takes the checkered flag and the win in Metzler Pro Stock. Great ride by Clay Youngblood and Rusty Gerard as they round out the podium. Tony Tucker finishes in the number 4 spot. The 86 on the Trask Turbo rounds out your top 5.
I'm down here with Arnie Wells, your Metzler Pro Stock Bagger winner for the 2nd time this weekend. Arnie, you make it look effortless out there. What are you doing?
I'm just pushing as hard as I can and trying to stay safe. I knew I had to. Those guys' times were dropping, and they were on my tail yesterday, so I just pushed as fast as I could. Not even that comfortably. Like, I got a couple tire slips that I didn't know if I'd be able to pull it back in, but I got it under control, got it done, so.
Well, you make it look effortless. You look fast out there. You have the opportunity this afternoon to race with the Bagger GP class. Do you think you'll do it?
I'm not sure. I would like to, but we need to check the bike over and just make sure we're ready to go back out there. So.
All right, well, y'all stay tuned. We may see Arnie Wells out there again this afternoon.
Great job by the crew, and it's the Icon Lightweight Twins that head now out onto the track. These American-cooled Sportster machines have really been a favorite. The riders, the stars of the class, the Milwaukee Mile and the Icon Lightweight Twins. Round 2 is great. Round 3 lives up to the hype. The whole shot one more time goes to Cody Gilmore, 374 on the Suburban Harley Davidson. Carson Brown tucks in behind him, the mini cycle supercross freestyle riding phenom, but Sam Garrett, the Canadian superbike racer, on the Suburban Harley-Davidson Buell. It was a loaner bike. Starts to apply pressure to the front three. Gilmore has other thoughts as he tries to check out Sam Guerin, the Canadian. Comes up the inside, looking around the outside, and it's Cody Gilmore streaking into a big lead. Jacob Jesko comes under attack from Sam Guerin. Jesko on the Suburban Harley-Davidson. Teammate kind of through the loaner program. Joe Hupp loaned Sam Guerin that Buell. And in round 2, he put it on the podium. I think he has aspirations to do that again. Carson Brown, another one of the Suburban Harley-Davidson riders, sits in that number 2 spot. But Sam Guerin coming up the inside, the big drag race, the Buell against the XR 1200. And the Buell, by a bike length, heads into La Pera turn number 1. Cody Gilmore has no idea of the action that rages behind him. Dressed in his high-vis yellow leathers as he's out front. Late in the race, Gilmore figures he'd break in the spirit of everybody. Makes his way towards what is one of the most treacherous parts of the raceway and loses the front end on the bike. The XR 1200 into the wall. Sam Guerin, the Canadian, inherits the lead and brings home the win. Guerin, Brown, Jesko, Melton, Brandon Coford. Man, what a race. Now let's go to the podium and Kristen Banks.
I'm down here with Sam Guerin, your Icon lightweight twin winner of the day. Sam, you and Cody put on a hell of a battle out there. Obviously not the ending we wanted, but hey, that's a part of racing. How did you make it happen out there?
Yeah, exact. It was amazing to race with Cody. I was patient. I was studying where to pass, where would be my opportunities. I knew he was really faster than me at the point that he crashed, because in practice I lost the front twice. So I knew this area was really slippery. So when I saw him go down, I knew exactly what happened. I took my time, and then I was planning to do exactly the same thing as yesterday. So the final corner by the exterior, I was coming pretty fast and I was trying it. So I was right behind him and seemed to work, but we went on 2 lappers, and then all the momentum was swiped away. So I was fighting back to get the best final lap as possible, and I think that's what he did. So he pushed hard, and he lost it, but I'm glad he's okay. So.
Well, congratulations. You are our Icon lightweight champion.
The awards are handed out. BRL on MAVTV. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, more race action with the Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers. Coverage of the BRL on MAVTV is presented by Drag Specialties, Custom Dynamics, and Icon. Well, not all the action at the Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers round number 3 was at the track. A lot of it took place in Thiensville, Wisconsin. The celebrations all around. And the folks at Suburban Harley rolled out the orange carpet, if you will, for us. And the BRL was front and center. Carlson, the riders, the vendors were on hand. The band was there. And a great group of camaraderie surrounded the entire BRL experience at Suburban Harley-Davidson. Well, back to the action on the track. The Shineworks studio, Rob Bitus here in the NAM's Big Twin, as the riders take to the grid. Patricia Fernandez at stop number 2 of the Bagger Racing League was ferocious. Can she do it again here in 3? Parker, another one of the guys you got to keep your eye on. Josh Nichols, the guy's fast. The grid's lined up. Patricia Fernandez did not get to jump. She falls all the way back to last. But as they head down into La Pera, turn number 1, where is she going to emerge out of this pack? You see her go to the outside. Parker and Nichols battle up front, but Patricia Fernandez sneaks up the inside, up into the number 3 spot. And race fans, I don't believe that she is going to be done with her charge that she's trying to mount here in the NAMS Big Twin class. Nichols and Parker were out front for a while, but Patricia Fernandez on the Lloyd's Garage Saddlemen Indian Chief comes roaring by to take up the number 2 spot, and I don't believe that she was done yet with her charge to the front of the pack. In and out of La Pera, turn number 1, Fernandez working the inside, tips it to the right, comes up the inside, out braking. She's going to get the door shut on her for just a moment. She gets to drive out of the horseshoe and down the back straight. Her years of experience, twisting the throttle, racing the boys, and drag racing down towards the finish line, and she takes the lead and will not look back through the remainder of this race. NAMS Big Twin has been full of action with some of the most unique motorcycles, FXRs, Dyna Softails, and the Indian Chief. You make a selection, you grab the Drag Specialties book, and you can build yourself a race bike. Fernandez was not to be done, but it's a fist pump as she streaks down the front straight. Checkered flag for her. And let's look at it. It's going to be Josh Nichols that held the advantage over Robert Parker the majority of the race. Charles Condit, he's got more power. Keep your eye on Condit moving to the front as the weekend wears on.
I'm down here with your NAMS Big Twin champion, Patricia Fernandez, for the second time this weekend, now leading the points in this class. What can we expect from you in Daytona?
I'm hoping the same, to be honest. This was my first weekend on the Roland Sands Chief, so it was a big learning curve, but now I know the girl. We're in a relationship, so I'm hoping I can do the same at Daytona. I know Daytona really well. You know, they say every 7 pounds is every 7 pounds equals 1 horsepower, and I'm the littlest rider on the grid, so I think we'll do good, and I hope to win, and I really would love to bring home the championship too.
All right, you have one more class today, the Cobra ATU. What would you like to say if the boys are watching right now?
Look out, boys. I'm coming for you. Girls rule, boys drill.
All right, well, congratulations, Patricia, and we'll see you later this afternoon.
Thanks, Kristen. Now it's the Saddlemen FS Cup, the FTR Indians against the Pan American Harley Davidsons, liquid-cooled. Massive brakes, upside-down fork, 17-inch wheels, and some of the best to throw their legs over the bike. West and Carlson in stop number 2 went to it. Stop number 3, Benny Carlson on the Suburban Pan American gets the advantage, but Corey West on the Lloyd's Garage Saddlemen FTR up the inside. In the La Pera, turn number 1. Josh Baird puts it into the number 3 spot. Corey Cowan on the Alloy Art Pan American rounds into the number 4 spot, trying to climb up into the number 3, but at the front of the pack, Benny Carlson and Corey West, Pan American against Indian FTR here in Milwaukee. Back up onto the banking, Corey West looking for that big drive, trying to put the power, about 125 horsepower, these Indians and Harley Davidson liquid-cooled bikes have right from the factory. Not a lot of tweaking done to the motor, everything's in the tires, and the front 2 are on Bridgestones. In and out of the chicane, and look at the front end get lifted up on Corey West FTR. Benny Carlson trying to close up just as he had done in round 2. But a big drag race. And Corey West has the advantage on top of Benny Carlson. Machines certainly tuned to perfection today, and the riders riding incredibly well. Josh Baird and Corey Cowan putting on a good ride, but Benny Carlson wants to find out if there's an opening in Corey West's armor. I don't believe there is. Corey West, one of the most talented men on at a twin. Here he comes down to take the checkered flag in Milwaukee, and Corey West takes the win. Carlson second, and Josh Baird rounds out the podium. Let's head one more time over to the podium. Let Kristen Banks found out how this race played out.
I'm down here with your Saddlemen FS Cup winner, Corey West. Corey, after the race yesterday, how sweet is it for you to be on top of this podium today?
Well, it definitely feels a lot better. You know, yesterday was tough. I had a pretty bad hand of cards yesterday in all the classes I rode in, but to come back strong today and get the win makes me pretty happy. I'm stoked for the Saddlemen guys, Lloyd's Garage, Mission Foods, Motul, everyone that helps the program, Bridgestone Tires, those things were hooked up. So really happy about today.
You're off to a great start today. You have one more class, Bagger GP. You didn't even get to race yesterday. What expectations do you have for yourself in that class?
I'm not on my usual steed for that class, but we had a really good warm-up on the bike. I'm racing this today in the Bagger GP, so just we'll see what the race brings me. Hopefully I can get a good start and go with those boys.
Well, congratulations on a great win in the Saddlemen FS Cup. Corey West, your champion.
BRL on MAVTV will be back with more action from stop number 3 here in Milwaukee. Coverage of the BRL on MAVTV provided by Metzler, Icon, Custom Dynamics, Drag Specialties, and of course our friends from Clockworks. Drag Specialties Bagger Racing League back in the Shineworks studio, Rob Bitus, and right now it is the Cobra ATU. Baggers, Pan Americans, Big Twins. We see Joe Sanderson out on the grid. Joe Sanderson, one of the drag specialty reps who makes racing his part-time activity. Craig Braymiller, Cody Melton. Going to be a lot of great riders out there, a lot of different bikes, and the green flag is up. We're going to see if those Pan Americans and FTRs don't streak out front again, and it is Josh Baird. Corey Cowan, looks like Patricia Fernandez rounding out the top 3 as they head in the La Pera turn number 1. Baird on that Charlotte's Lloyd's Garage Saddlemen ride. Corey Cowan on the Alloy Art ride. Robbie Lane, the Alloy Art president, designs these bikes, took the first Pan American, took it to the racetrack, put the lights back on it, gave it back to the guy after the first race. That's how capable these machines are in stock trim. Up onto the banking, Josh Baird on the FTR Indian, set sail as he starts to open up a bit of a gap over Cowan. Patricia Fernandez rounds out the top 3 as she comes down the back straight, trying to reel in Corey Cowan. Josh Baird has been a mechanic, he's been a racer, now he finds himself trying to go up to the top step and pick up a Bagger Racing League belt here in Milwaukee. The Indian comes down the front straight and you hear the roar of that machine. Liquid-cooled V-twins, upside-down fork, single rear shocks on many of these machines. And the power they're putting to the ground and the handling and the confidence that they inspire in the riders allow them all to push the limits on these American twins. The Bagger Racing League, the only Harley-Davidson versus Indian road racing series in the world, and 6 exciting classes, and this is one of our most exciting, the Cobra American Twins Unlimited, the ATU. Josh Baird has opened up a big enough lead. I'm surprised the celebration hasn't begun yet as he comes down to take the checkered flag here in Milwaukee. Cowan and Fernandez round out the podium with Parker and Joe Sanderson rounding out the top 5. Let's head down to the podium and Kristen Banks.
I'm down here with your Cobra ATU champion, Josh Baird. You just told me on the podium in your last class that you wanted to make it to the top of the podium in this class. How were you able to successfully do it?
Hard work, everyone at the shop helping me, bike setup, tires. Bridgestone really came through strong today with me, gave me some tires, and man, they made a huge difference. I picked up like a second and a half on my lap, so I can't thank them enough. Everyone, you know, Saddlemen, Lloyd's Garage, Vinny Toon is awesome, but hopefully Daytona will be good for us and we're ready to rip.
Well, congratulations, and we can't wait to see you in Daytona.
Thanks a lot, Kristen. Now, class that everyone's been waiting for is Brian Shields on the hard drive bike. Heads out onto the grid. This is the Custom Dynamics Bagger GP class. Milwaukee. There goes the 99 machine. He's heading out as well. That is Oleg. Hawkmazada's out there. We go down to the grid right now. Big jump. Danny Eslick. Shane Narbone, the defending champion, puts on a big push from row 2. And look at the legs come out on the inside, and Danny Eslick to the front. Hawkmazada on a supercharged Indian Chieftain from Lloyd's Garage gets a big jump and sits in the number 2 spot. Corey West back in 3 on the road glide. Shane Narbone on the Trask Turbo, the defending champion, sits in the number 4 spot. Benny Carlson on the Sly Guide, the Sly Fox Racing Road Glide, backed by Suburban Harley Davidson, rounds out your top 5. Eslick, the multi-time Daytona winner on the Milwaukee Road Glide, tries to break the spirit of this pack early, and Mazada on a supercharged Indian holds off Corey West for the time being here. Mazada's put on some great rides this year in the Bagger Racing League. He tries to close up on Danny Eslick. Eslick keeps it low onto the front straight on the Milwaukee Road Glide. Hawkmazada on the Lloyd's Garage supercharged Indian holds on to the number 2 spot, and Corey West holds on to the number 3 spot. Hawkmazada up in the number 2 spot. Feels the pressure. Danny Eslick, your leader. Shane Narbone back and forth on the Trask Turbo. Hawkmazada tips it to the inside, and you can now see Shane Narbone in the number 4 spot. Starts to close up on the battle for 2nd and 3rd. Eslick on the Milwaukee Road Glide, though, not concerned with any of the action behind him, and Corey West drops down and he goes by Hawkmazada. Corey West on the Saddleman Road Glide makes the pass on Hawkmazada for now and begins to close up slightly on Danny Eslick. That gorgeous road glide of the Saddleman Company there has a really, really solid program. Strong rider on top of it, Corey West. Danny Eslick on the Milwaukee suspension road glide, doing all he can to make sure that this race does not have any changes for the lead. He wants to hold back all the competitors, and it looks like his technique is really certainly paying off. Here comes the next battle on the track. That's Shane Narbone on the Trask Turbo and the supercharged Lloyd Indian. That is Hawkmazada. They come out of it, and it is still Shane Narbone. A quick look over his shoulder from Eslick. Nobody there. Danny Eslick down the front straightaway on the Milwaukee Road Glide, picks up the win. Looks over his shoulder just to make sure no one was even close. Great ride by Danny Eslick. Podium looks like Eslick, Narbone, and Hawkmazada. Now let's go down to Kristen Banks and talk to the winner.
I'm down here with your Custom Dynamics Bagger GP champion for the 2nd time this weekend, Danny Eslick. How do you make it look so easy out there?
It's definitely not easy with these guys chasing me around. Shane and Corey, Hawk, all these guys are really pushing me, and it's definitely not easy. We did a lot of tough work on Friday getting the spike set up, and it made my work a lot easier in the race. But these guys are really pushing hard, and I think I had a little upper hand on them here this weekend, but I know come the next weekend and then the following Bagger Racing League race at Daytona is definitely gonna be a little tougher.
All right, you got a little taste of victory this weekend. What are you expecting for Daytona?
To go win again, hopefully. I've had a lot of good luck there at Daytona over the years, so hopefully we can put that onto the bagger and go win a bagger race down there at Daytona too.
Well, congratulations, and we'll see you soon in Daytona.
Well, that's a wrap up from here in Milwaukee. Stop number 3 of the Bagger Racing League is in the books. The champagne's about to be flowing, and everybody can't wait to see what's next. We'll be back with more from Daytona and stop number 4 of the Bagger Racing League.